820,000 COVID cases reported in North Korea. Kim warns of upheaval after explosive outbreak.
Here's a summary of the article.
Until Thursday, North Korea had denied it had any COVID cases and has refused vaccines from the outside world. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called the growing outbreak of a fever the big upheaval since the nation's founding, as state media reported more new cases Saturday. There were about 296,000 cases of fever with 15 deaths, the Korean Central News Agency said, adding to the more than 170,000 cases reported the previous day. Kim has ordered a lockdown of major cities since the country said earlier this week it found a COVID case within its borders. With some 820,000 cases reported since, Kim is seeking to beef up quarantine efforts as the outbreak has the potential to devastate a population that relies on an antiquated healthcare system and remains largely malnourished, with likely no vaccines. In a Workers' Party meeting on Saturday, Kim called on officials to be confident they can contain the contagion as the outbreak remains limited to certain areas and to learn from other countries, especially China, on ways to deal with it, the Korean Central News Agency reported. Until Thursday, North Korea had denied it had any COVID cases, a claim doubted by experts in the US, Japan and other countries.
This post received a score of 44,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Well, that escalated quickly. From 1 to 820k inside of a week.
Most likely they have no idea how many. They do not have the means to even test all those people. They are probably looking at it from a population standpoint of X or Y location and taking some sort of statistical assumptions. That is my guess though, so I could be mistaken.
I understand the test in these cases is fever. Which, fever was definitely one of the screens used early on, but definitely underestimates the true infections. Especially with Omicron.
You're forgetting that no one there is vaccinated, so any symptoms are likely to be more common.
They're also malnourished and have very little access to any medical treatment.
All I can think about is the book World War Z, where they removed the teeth of everyone in North Korea and didn't have a zombie problem. Edit, a lot of people don't remember this part. It could have been a phrase in the movie. Apologies if I'm incorrect. I would check, but the movie sucks and I unfortunately don't have time for a luxury read at the moment. Still a cool premise.
Theoretically, right? The teeth thing was explicitly stated as fact in the book, but I think the aftermath is that they all disappeared overnight, and the theory was that they all were living in cities underground or something. Funnily enough, I think the general policy around North Korea was basically as it is in reality, where the world assumed there was just a bunch of underground cities filled with toothless zombies and no one wanted to deal with it and just left it alone. Well, pretty close to reality. Anyways, great book. The movie did it absolutely zero justice.
I maintain that the movie was a completely unrelated story telling a completely unrelated plot in a completely unrelated world, that borrowed the title of the book to gain attention and borrowed the names of a couple characters out of laziness. They're two unrelated things with the same name.
IIRC. The original script was more like the book. Don't know why it changed to this face-eater of a disaster movie that we got.
Audiences don't like processing new experiences, some studio exec somewhere.
Have you tried shooting a missile into the sea? I believe that will help. It always worked before. Damn sea.
New mission. I want you to blow up the ocean.
Tina is such a blast, she's such a cheerful little sociopath.
Now imagine how many cases and deaths from it they hid away before not being able to contain it anymore.
I'd rather not. I don't need the nightmare fuel.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.